Hello! Today is Monday, which means it is day one of my week of reviews. The idea behind this week of reviews is that I haven't done any book reviews in a really long time, and I have read a lot of books lately, so I need to catch up. However, things have come up that I just need to talk about, so today we're not going to talk about the book, we're going to talk about the Rugged Maniac. What is the Rugged Maniac, you may ask? Well, it is this really awesome fun event that I did on Saturday, August 3rd, and basically it's a 5K, which stands for 5 kilometers or 3.1 miles, and there's also obstacles along the way. There's like 20 plus obstacles and a lot of mud involved, and I had a blast. So I really need to talk about it today, and that's what we're doing now. As far as I know, they only have the Rugged Maniac in the US. However, there might be different kinds of races like that all over the world. I don't really know. There probably are. But in the US, one of these types of races is the Rugged Maniac, which I found out from a bulletin board in my university a couple years ago, and when I saw it I'm like, hey, I like obstacles, this seems like fun. But I never actually did it, and then a couple months ago I ran across it again, so this time I was like, okay, I have to do this now. And I was thinking, hey, I have several months, I think at the time it was like 5 or more months, that's plenty of time for me to train and do all that fun stuff and prepare myself. Yeah, I didn't really, I mean, don't get me wrong, I did train a little bit, but I definitely wouldn't say that I trained as much as I should have. But that is not the point, we're still talking about what the race actually is. So like I said, it is 3.1 miles or 5 kilometers. And in my case, it was at this ski resort, which right now is summer, so there is no snow, it's just hills everywhere. And we had to basically run up and down those hills like 5,000 times, and yes, I'm exaggerating on the 5,000, but it was a lot of times that we had to go up and down these hills. And there were obstacles like all over the place. The different obstacles included walls that I had to jump over or climb over. There was a net wall that I had to get over. There was a super suicidal slide type thing that you end up in this muddy water. And speaking of mud, there were a couple mud crawls where you had to basically crawl in mud under barbed wire. And there was another one where you had to slide down this tube into this muddy dark water, and then you had to crawl through this muddy dark water because there was barbed wire above it. You had to do that and then pull yourself up with the help of a rope through another tube, and there were some balance beams that you had to get over. There was a dirt tunnel that you had to get through, basically crawl through. There was also this tire jungle thing where basically you have tires lined up on the ground, and also you have tires hanging all around you and you have to go through it, and that wasn't actually all that bad. There were 2 hills, one small, one big, where you had to, they were so steep that you had to pull yourself up to the top by using a rope. Did I mention the running up and down really steep hills? Yeah, that was the worst. The obstacles were no big deal, but the running up and down hills, oh, that's horrible. That was probably the worst part of the whole thing. Towards the end, you also had to jump over a couple of different fires, and at the very end, there was this structure made out of one of those big, huge shipping containers. It kind of looks like a truck, and you had to climb on it on one side, and then there was some space after it, and 2 shipping containers on top of each other, and you had to get to them using a net that basically hangs above nothing. And actually that was kind of fun, even though it took me a while to figure out how to start going to the net, but once I did, it was piece of cake. And then on the other side of the 2 shipping containers on top of each other, you had to go down again using wooden ladder type structures, and then there was the finish line, and it was a lot of fun. It was so great, even though at the end I was all muddy. I was literally covered in mud all over, and I think I still have some mud on me, even though when I go home I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, and my nails still have mud in them, even though I cleaned them like 5,000 times. But it was so much fun. Yeah, that was basically my review of the Rugged Maniac. So if you like obstacle challenges, this would be a great race for you. And it was, like I said, it was really fun. I'm so doing it again next year. However, I definitely need to train some more, so I might share that training with you or something. I don't know, I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I definitely need to start training for next year, because this year was so much fun, but it took me forever to finish it because of the whole running up and down hills, which really took me a long time. So yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much my Rugged Maniac experience. It was awesome. I definitely recommend it. And check in again tomorrow to hear all about Percy Jackson and the Olympians series by Rick Riordan. See you then. Bye!